This video is going to be about phylogenetics. Phylogenetics is the study of evolutionary relationships among various organisms. We're going to look at branching trees, sort of like family trees, that depict relationships between organisms, and these assume a common ancestor among organisms, just like a family tree assumes a common ancestor among everybody in the family. The length of the branches do not reflect actual ages, but just the order in which things happened. So in this picture you see we start at the center and the various branching happens outwards. And here are the three domains you might have noticed. This is eukarya, archaea, let's see, and all of this over here is bacteria. Eubacteria. So a cladogram is going to be sort of one of these trees that depicts the patterns of shared characteristics. That's what we're going to be looking at. So this does not apply an exact evolutionary history. For example, at the one we're looking at, this does not mean that the chimp's closest relative ever is a mouse. It just depends on what I am considering, what organisms I happen to be looking at in this particular grouping. So if shared characteristics are from a common ancestry, these are going to be homologous traits that we studied about in evolution. And so cladistics is the analysis of how species can be grouped into clades, which is sort of a grouping of organisms with a common ancestor. Notice here that this is sort of where we start, and then we just move down and up, okay? So all the way back, this point here, which would be a node, where it branches off, that node will represent the oldest common ancestor among all of the organisms. Okay, all of these organisms were related to this organism right before they branched. This node represents a common ancestor among these organisms, etc. You'll notice that we have these sort of small dashes with text representing when a characteristic possibly evolved. And so everything, you can just sort of follow the lines, everything after whatever the particular line is also has that trait. So this is just another sort of picture of that, as well as with a character table, where here the zeros mean they do not have that trait and a 1 means they do have that trait. So just another way to picture the relationships and shared characteristics among organisms.